everybody, Summy here. This is our B1 method of window installation. We're going to use a wood window and we're going to use Tyvek, and you'll see how to correctly cut what's called the modified eye to get your rough opening prepared, and you'll see how to correctly install this window. Now, one thing we believe, and again this is from experience, is that one layer of WRB, weather resistant barrier, is not enough. Now, it kind of goes beyond the purview of window installation. What we're going to show you is how to correctly apply your materials in anticipation of another layer of WRB being applied later. It's the right way to do it. That's the way we would do it. So, hope you get something out of this. If you have any questions, give us a call, 800-310-7673. Okay, this is our AAMA method B1. And what you're going to find is that we're using Tyvek as our WRB, very common, what's called a house wrap. There's other brands out there also, but Tyvek is one that everybody seems to know. What we're going to show you now is how to cut your Tyvek for the rough opening. Now there's two ways to do this, two good ways that we know of, and you can choose either one that you want. We've marked them out here for you. You can either cut it straight down the middle all the way down to the framing sill, or you can cut it down the middle here and then take a 45-degree out so that a piece of this will roll onto the framing sill. If you think that you'd prefer Tyvek be on your framing sill, then cut it to about here, come out like this, and roll it down on top of the framing sill. Personally, we like to cut it straight across, and then we're going to fold each flap back, and then the framing sill we're going to layer with our pan system. You can do it either way you want to go. Doesn't matter to me, but just know that both are approved by DuPont. Whichever way you like is the way you should go with. We'll show you how to do the one that we prefer right now. It's very common for us when we travel and investigate rain-related leaks where DuPont, Tyvek, or some other house wrap has been applied, that the top layer of material has not been held up, and that's a gigantic mistake. You'll see that we've cut this in such a way that the top flap of this Tyvek, the top flap of this WRB, will be temporarily held up with tape. This is very important. It's so that the materials can be layered in waterboard fashion over the windows. So this step, cutting the WRB correctly, temporarily holding up the top flap of Tyvek, and then correctly rolling the sides in, this is a very, very, very important element of this program to get correct. All right, now we're applying a bib. And the bib is made out of Tyvek. We simply cut a 9-inch strip of Tyvek off of our large roll of Tyvek. This bib is because we believe the right way to apply a WRB is in 2 layers. Now, the subsequent layer will not be applied by the window installer. It'll be by somebody else later, a future contractor at a later date. What we want to do, though, is give them a condition that they can work with. If Tyvek never received penetrations, 1 layer would be just fine, in our opinion. The problem is, especially on 2-story applications where a ladder might get bumped up against the WRB as they're climbing up to the 2nd-story windows, fir nails from lath and plaster application, siding contractors, all the penetrations that occur, we have seen frequently that 1 layer of WRB isn't sufficient. So we're going to create a condition that would allow for a 2nd layer of WRB to be subsequently applied at a future date by another contractor. If they never apply that 2nd layer of WRB, it doesn't affect your window installation at all. We're simply giving them a very strong condition that they can apply another layer of WRB with. The point here is that we created a rough opening that's 3/4 of an inch greater in width and 1/2 an inch greater in height. Now your typical rough opening is 1/2 an inch greater in width and height. But what we've found is that when you're installing a pan system, that you need a little extra room on the width. Okay, our membrane pan is going to be created with pre-manufactured flashing corners and with a great product called DuPont Straight Flash. Now we like DuPont Straight Flash because it's a butyl-based product. It's made by DuPont. It's a terrific product. Let's get going with the pan. There comes our corner. This will be a membrane pan. Pre-made corners go in first, layered over our bib. Now what this anticipates is at a future date, somebody's going to lift this bib up and tuck another course, another layer of WRB underneath this, and this avoids reverse laps. Get behind it. Now, we want to avoid water getting behind the outboard layer of WRB. That's why we're putting this bib on. All right, now we're going to begin the application of our SAF, which stands for self-adhered flashing. This is going to be our pan system. We're using DuPont Straight Flash. It's an extremely fine product. It's a butyl-based product, so it has really terrific performance characteristics. We like Straight Flash a lot, especially in the creation of a pan system. It's all part of DuPont family of products. What we've done is run our Straight Flash side to side, completely covered the pre-manufactured corners. It's lapped onto our bib, and what we're doing now is applying vertical cuts so that it can fold back onto the framing sill, and you'll see a pan begin to develop. This is a membrane pan. It's made with DuPont Straight Flash and pre-manufactured flashing corners. And this is an excellent membrane pan system. What we're going to do is we're going to prepare this pan in anticipation of an extreme condition, an extreme exposure rating, like on the bluff overlooking the ocean in Oregon, for example. And so we're going to go ahead and add some side membrane onto this. Again, if you're in an extreme exposure condition, we believe this is a good move to go ahead and improve the side leg height of your pan. Also, what this does is it has the side stuck to the Tyvek on the side, so that in an extreme exposure, this pan system is going to perform very, very well. This is an excellent membrane pan system. It's created with DuPont Straight Flash, pre-manufactured corners. It's a Tyvek bib on top of Tyvek home wrap. Now I'm going to show you something that is specifically designed for high exposure conditions. If you get high winds with rain in your area, you're going to want to put sealant on this seam right here, and this will prevent wind-driven rain from carrying water into your house. Go ahead and tool it. Now if you don't experience severe exposure, you may not need to do this, but if you're on a hill overlooking the ocean, or if you're anywhere where you routinely get winds in excess of, say, 40 or 50 miles an hour with rain, you're going to want to apply sealant on both sides, just like this.
Hey folks, Gene here. Here's your video key. Now remember, you need this key, in this case 1958, for the final exam. So write it down and remember it.